So if we want to do 7 minus 2, 7 less 2, 2 subtracted from 7, however we want to say it, in binary, we could use a subtractor, right? We could use a subtractor circuit, but it's actually much more efficient to use an adder and only have an adder and use 2's complement here. So kind of what I want to do is I want to translate this problem into 7 added to negative 2. Right? We want to add negative 2. So we can use an adder circuit, and we've already shown that we can add 2's complement numbers. So let's turn both of these into 2's complement. So 7, well, that's just 0, 1, 1, 1, right? 0 means it's positive, and this is the magnitude. And for this negative 2, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the positive equivalent, right? So that's, I'm going to kind of put these in brackets, right? Because it's not the final form, I guess. And that's going to be 0, 0, 1, 0. And now I'm going to work downwards real quick. We're going to flip the bits. So 1, 1, 0, 1. I guess we could say is an intermediate step again. And then we're going to add 1 to this. So if we add 1 to it, what do we get? Well, let's just write it out real quick. 1 and a 1 is a 0 with a carry. 1 and a 0 is a 1, and then we just get 1, 1, 1. So we got 1, 1, 1, 0. So this is our negative 2. So here we'll carry this across here. So now we've got positive 7 is 0, 1, 1, 1. And negative 2 is 1, 1, 1, 0. So now we're just going to add them. Right? We're adding a negative now. And what do we get? We get 1. And then we get a 1 and a 1 is a 0 with a carry. 3 ones is a 1 with a carry. And then 2 ones, that's a 1 with a carry. And now hold up. Just one little quick thing. Let's check for an overflow before we take a look at this guy here. So, oops, sorry, that was wrong, wasn't it? 2 ones is a 0 with a carry of 1 there. There we go. Something seemed a little off to me there. But real quick, let's check for an overflow. So we need to look at Cn. Cn is the carry out of this column, in which case it carried out a 1, right? That's Cn equals 1. And Cn minus 1 is the carry out of this column here, right? This column here. And so that's this guy. And it also equals a 1. So if they're equivalent, right, if they are the same, there's no overflow. So here we've got, let's do it this color, no overflow. So that's pretty cool. That's nice, right? And now let's analyze the result real quick. So what's the sign here? Well, sign bit's a 0, so therefore it's positive. So we can just figure out the magnitude like normal, right? It's just 4 and a 1, or it's positive 5. So there we go. We did 7 minus 2, which is positive 5, but we did it only using addition. We added a negative number, right? So it works out, but that just an example of how we do subtraction using 2's complement and really end up using just addition.